All right, so I guess we're live now. Right? Or at least hopefully we're live. And hopefully nothing bad happens again, because the last few streams something bad happens and then the stream gets trashed because there's something goes wrong with the OBS or something. Or something goes wrong with the audio. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So yeah, Skagra. What has changed since last GP? Because like I am asking a leading question here, but what has changed?
I have gotten the this. Are you talking about my deck or the format?
The format.
Well, we've got two new. Got.
Yep, 2 new sets.
Golna's 5 Laborers and MSEM Mystery Masters.
Yep, so we got our wild card set. Or I mean, we don't have wild card sets anymore,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we don't have wild. No, it wasn't wild card.
And then we have our yearly. I mean, I guess MSY is our yearly wild card set. Okay, anyways, this is the submission set, or what do they call it? Like,
I think master sets.
Okay, yeah, master set where
although I guess some of them are not called master sets.
Like, yeah, people are able to submit cards, and then so that gets us an injection of cards that wouldn't have to fit in a complete set somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we got an actual set, which with a lot of cards that I don't think has any of these cards seen play yet.
I mean, they're seen play in this tournament, but
okay, well,
I did get one of something countered by that new counter spell.
Is it a new counter spell? It's a 3-mana one, right?
The one that can be 1 mana. If
you Dispersal, right?
Only control 1 land. That was a really cool design.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's Spell Snare, but like it's like Spell Snare, but it can counter stuff that costs less. But like it makes it per play draw, right? That's a really cool design.
Yeah. Versus is apparently what it's called.
So anyways, let's see how many people are in the stream right now. Can I check? 0 concurrent viewers. Well, we'll just keep streaming. Hopefully people show up. I mean, we did like pop up pretty late. Anyways, so I guess we should just start going through our decks now.
Yep.
And I should probably have did I not put this? I don't have spreadsheet loaded up on my.
Did we replace the spreadsheet names and stuff yet?
No, not yet. You're in charge of that because I'm talking.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so yeah, and besides the new sets, which is quite impactful, we also got some few card changes. I guess I should also just put that in. Okay, well, anyways, we got some new card changes. So, the one that's actually important for me is that Restad got nerfed. So, yeah, the discount no longer works on the opponent's turn, so it's no longer busto, or like I don't play this. It's no longer worth playing because, like, the main thing about this card was that you can double dip the discount if you can cast a spell on each turn cycle, but now you can't. So, but we're talking too much. Let's actually just get into the decks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Skagra, you get to start. Are you always the first person to submit the deck? Like, when did you submit this?
I submitted it at, I think, the beginning of the month, basically.
I see.
It's just the same list as last GP, but with the only change being +1 Void Portal, -1 Fateful Journey, and also I've got my new Void Portal art picked out.
Yeah. I can't see what's going on in that art because it's mostly black.
Yeah. So this is basically sort of Stormish combo deck built around creatures that add mana when they enter the battlefield. Link them. It's also got Unrivaled Fireweaver, which makes you run 100 cards, and it can wish for a red instant or sorcery card you owned from outside the game. It's one of the most important cards is Culminating Chaos, which you impulse draw a lot of cards for not much total mana loss if you have a lot of mana to spend on it. And it's got some ways to make infinite mana or infinite storm count. Then you can win with Unleash the Dragon, or sometimes you can just eventually attack with a bunch of hasty creatures.
Yeah. I remember facing you last GP, and your deck was pretty scary.
Your deck was too.
Yeah, but my deck got nerfed. Your deck did not.
Yeah.
Did you not look at the new cards at all?
I looked at them. I considered adding shredded memory to my wish board, but ended up deciding not to.
Yeah, you ultimately didn't end up adding the. I mean, I guess. So you're saying that you're going against the grain because, or you're not, because. I actually did look at decks before, but I'm pretty sure Shredded Memory is the most common card in this entire GP.
Nice. Yeah, that one looks pretty cool and strong.
Oh, I mean, I guess Shredded Memory doesn't do enough for you.
Yeah, I don't really want. I kind of need a bunch of cards in my hand, so I don't want to be discarding a bunch to remove things.
How does Shredded Memory interact with Culminating Chaos? It makes it strictly worse, right? There's no point in sticking with modes on there because both modes are just worse than Culminating Chaos's modes.
Yeah, for the most part, at least. There are probably some situations where it's good to do it, but and it is nice to have the way to rummage, but
Yep.
I eventually decided it probably wasn't helpful enough.
So anyways, I guess I have to give you. I mean, you played it last time. I'll give you 4 chili peppers.
Still giving myself 5.
Yeah, you should always give yourself 5 because you're always going to be watching yourself play the game, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're you hate your deck so much that you don't want to watch yourself play. Okay, moving on. Neon is on. Shredding memory like it's my tax documents. Yep, it's blue, red, or no, it's Grixis Tempo with 4 copies of Shredded Memory. And Shredded Memory is Neon's card, so, or at least, I'm pretty sure it is, right? Designer, yeah, it's Neon's card, so I'm pretty sure they're really happy to be running this, really happy to see their card, seeing so much play.
Yeah.
And, okay, so what Shredded Memory synergies do they have in this deck? Actually, have you explained how Lucid even works? I guess you can read the reminder text, but it has some unintuitive interactions with certain ways you can choose modes.
Well, I don't know the unintuitive interactions probably, but
okay. So with Shredded Memory, so if there's a card that says choose both modes, and you stick a mode onto it, it chooses all 3 modes. So, like for example, with introspective crossroads, if you play shred memory and then stick one of the modes onto introspective crossroads and you get the wanderlust, you get all 3 modes. So you basically get to attack and deal 2 damage onto your introspective crossroads. So I guess you can attack, draw a card.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Which is pretty nice because I'm pretty sure introspective crossroads is just a bad card otherwise. I don't think sorcery speed, I don't think you want this effect of sorcery speed even if you can wanderlust it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably fine. Like,
Yeah,
look at top 3 and mill some cards isn't too bad, but
I mean, like, yeah, it's fine, but
like the sort of card that would see play in standard, I think, more than this format. Usually.
yeah, fair enough.
Seems pretty nice with shredded memory.
And then otherwise, they also have Crystal Wave, which I guess you can try to escalate it. I don't think that's a good use of resources.
Yeah, this one seems. I don't like 3-man interaction and tempo.
And like, if you want to stick shredded memory onto it, you have to pay an extra 2.
Yeah.
Hermetic Consummation. Okay, I guess like if you cast this for 3, you get 3 modes, so then you can stick a deal 2 damage, or you can stick a card draw mode onto it, which I guess is fine or something.
Yeah. Very nice.
There's some like interesting things you can do. Anyways, otherwise, this deck is running 3 Zerats, and as I've learned from last GP, Zerat is a Busto card. Like it's extremely cheap or it's extremely easy to get this thing down to 2 mana. My opponent is not playing 12 cantrips, but they are playing a decent amount of spells. I guess Shred Memory also helps with that. And then otherwise, they're on Veil, Born Meddler, Cane Dancer. Like, Cane Dancer. Oh, yeah. Cane Dancer also has a really unintuitive interaction with Shred Memory in that if you flashback Shred Memory with Cane Dancer, Shred Memory exiles itself, so then I think that overrides Cane Dancer's exile, so you can basically reuse Shredded Memory even after it gets exiled from Cane Dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that was something that someone pointed out earlier. And we're not sure if that's interaction is intended or not, but I guess we're just abusing it while it exists.
And sideboard includes 4 Metal Munch.
4 Metal Free Redeem and Charm. I don't think Lucid's cards work very well with choose 1 effects because, like, do you really want to override your 3 mana charm with a draw card?
And are there a lot of decks right now that are weak to Metal Munch?
Metal Munch is, I mean, it's 1 mana artifact destruction.
It's good.
Like, yeah, it's good.
Not sure it's 4 copies. Maybe it is.
Yeah, in certain matchups.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I think it's like good enough where you're willing to run 4 copies, and sometimes you have to blow out people with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise a pretty classic tempo. Well, no, it's not even that classic. Veilbore Middler tempo. I don't think anyone has played Veilbore Middler tempo for like the last few GPs. And this is Veilbore Middler plus Zerat in the same deck, so like there's some overlap in it. Yeah, anyways, I'll give it 4 Chili Peppers. It's interesting enough.
I usually like watching tempo.
Yeah.
Let's see, I think. Pipsqueak is on Villainy.
Why does Villainy get... So, Villainy got Veil Push now. In Spiraling Hatred. Like, they just have Veil Push in the format now.
Hi.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hello.
Nice. So next, why did Villainy get Veil Push? Like, Villainy is already a good enough deck. Why did it need to get Veil Push?
So Truk said, I'm going to print the best Villainy killer in the game. And that's that 2 mana spell.
Which one?
It's in white, and it is an instant that just makes someone sacrifice.
Oh, that card. So wait,
and
that's
it comes
invented.
back.
I see. That was intended to be a villainy killer. Well, I don't think it's killing villainy very well because, I'm not seeing how that. I'm not like
Well,
it's
the
not
idea
obvious.
is if they have one, and then you can discourage them from playing a second villainy for 2 turns, or like a turn.
Sure. Okay, but
Which
what's
card is this?
the stand everlasting?
Okay. Anyway, I still can't explain why spiraling hatred exists. This card's like nuts. I'm playing it like I just play in a deck where I know my opponent only has like 4 valid targets, and I'm still happy to just have it. It's so easy to fulfill the second clause that like it basically says destroy target creature with mana value 6 or less.
Well, no.
Oh, and also hits planeswalkers. Hitting planeswalkers is huge.
Oh yeah, it hits planes. Why does it hit planeswalkers?
Because
Okay,
there are decks that hit like don't play creatures, but most of those decks play at least one planeswalker.
Okay, requiting hex. What is it? Hex. Is that what the card's called? So
Stand Everlasting is the card.
So requiting hex got printed in standard.
That good against villainy since
Yeah.
it's good against the card villainy, but it doesn't do much against the rest of villainy.
Yeah, I don't think Stand Everlasting is a good enough villainy killer. I mean, I guess you can bring it in if you really want to, but then do you really want to have really specific answers against villainy? Because like villainy is just going to hand attack you and then drop their villainy, and then stuff happens. Actually, no. I guess you can get this thing out before they hand attack it out, and then it might kill a villainy, or it kills a villainy in the next few turns or something. But then they can just wait it out.
And this deck is also intentionally built so all the threats are non-enchantments. Every other threat except villainy is not an enchantment. So
also, the worst part about Spiraling Hatred or printing Spiraling Hatred into the format is that it's only good in villainy, right? Like you're not going to get. The only way you're going to get 6 history in black is if you're playing a mono black deck with a lot of black pips, and the only deck that does that is villainy.
Yep.
So like you're specifically just printing a card to make villainy a lot better and nothing else. I guess
for what it's worth, I don't think I voted for this card.
Actually,
no, I cannot explain it.
Wait, maybe Spiraling Hatred is a villainy killer because it'll finally get villainy over the hump and get banned.
If it does, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is also running Auric Soulweaver.
Mm-hmm. So the idea was that because what's this card called? Spiraling Hatred replaces Exunt. You're no longer consistently killing your own creatures whenever you play your removal
you don't have to play
spells.
Exunt.
So now you can So now you can bring in all the like insane black creatures that usually villainy didn't work with, such as Infectious Ego and Auric Soulweavers as additional pieces.
No.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Oh, no, I did vote. I apologize. I did actually vote for Spiraling Hatred.
Wait, you joined council in time to make the vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, before we move on, I'm just going to reconnect just to make sure that I don't glitch out the audio again. Okay, hopefully the audio is fine. If it's not, I can't tell until the stream's over anyways, so hopefully it's fine.
I know Midnight's Pale Moon has been moved to the sideboard.
Right. So again, that's going into the, hey, I don't want my removal spell. I don't want to be playing removal spells that also kill my own creatures if I really want to stick an Auric Soulweaver or an Infectious Ego. So that's why the Midnight Pale Moons got moved to the sideboard. And you can bring them back in and take out the Auric Soulweavers if you know your opponent is playing really heavy into the creature removal.
I actually don't know if this new build of villainy is better or worse for me. Like, since I'm on the Xerox deck, like my deck can't deal with the resolve villainy, but now it has so many more threats.
It's definitely like we're backtracking to like what villainy used to be. Like originally, villainy was run with the Auric Soul Weaver and the Bloodjade Prophets for card draw, and yeah.
And Bloodjade Prophet got nerfed.
Well, mostly we found out how broken Ball's Descent was, and then Ball's Descent got killed, and then Bloodjade Prophet got nerfed, and it was like, okay.
All right.
So we was like, oh yeah, let's play Ball's Descent instead of any of this, and then, oh wait, Ball's Descent is dead. Okay, we go back now.
So what about Forgotten Idol in the sideboard?
The sideboards just for me are cards that I like. Forgotten Idol's just like it hits a lot of things, and I feel good to play it most of the time.
I see.
Like, Just Business is a card I've found like that random guy who plays a bunch of planeswalkers. It feels really good to just 1 mana shoot a planeswalker, and I just include it. And yeah, the rest are kind of you've seen before. Hungry Cult, Seal the Tomb against aggro, Wave of Decay against aggro, and then 4 copies to Seal the Tomb every time.
Wait. So your version runs Death by 1 million stains. What's Pip's not? What's Pip cut for? Or what did you cut for that? Compared to Pip? Or no, your deck's completely different.
Land.
Never mind.
No, the decks are very similar. The differences are I have +2 Go Blank and +1 Death by 1 million stings, and Pip has like an additional Baron Boneyard, as well as like 4x where I put some 3x's on the Valdez and Skursdog Edict, respectively.
Yeah. So Death by 1 million stains. How's that card?
I've never resolved it yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it draws you a card every turn by base. So I guess it can't be that bad.
It's a new card. It looks cool. I'm a little worried that the lose life is going to stack a lot over time because villainy does actually tend to kill themselves quite quickly through all the Night's Whispers and the Auric Soul Weaver especially, because you're constantly taking 3 to draw. But I think I added a little more life gain than I usually would, just to compensate. We'll see how it goes.
Doesn't Death by 1 million stains have lifelink?
If you get white, I don't know how I'm gonna get white, man.
Pay up.
Right.
I mean,
right.
didn't you? I remember you played a villainy deck that had a blue card in the sideboard that you could still cast off your treasures, right?
And I never resolved it a single time.
But theoretically, it could have been good, right?
There was one opportunity I had to cast it, but my opponent specifically targeted it with a discard spell. Because I was going to copy Cecilius, but yeah.
But yeah, like, I guess if you get too low on life, you just sack a treasure and give this thing lifelink, and then you swing and gain a bunch of life back. Actually, wait, isn't this card like just nutso? Because you can just keep pumping that into it to make it really big. Like, it's a threat. Your opponent can't ignore it.
Yep.
And it can gain flying.
Okay. The best mode might be Death Touch. You just spend 2 mana to make it a 1/1 blocker with Death Touch at any time.
Yeah.
But again, getting that treasure is a little bit inconsistent.
I mean, you could have played the other treasure maker in black.
I could have. It is a creature though, and I really don't want creatures that aren't threats by themselves.
Yeah. Anyways, 2 chili peppers. I don't like how villainy is getting
like
better.
-5. It's kind of boring. We've done like villainy 16 GPs in a row by now.
I've seen a lot of villainy.
It's my signature deck. I think I personally play half the games of villainy in the record.
Yeah, but somehow villaini's like, despite villainy performing well enough for so long, it's never got hit with a nerf so big that it's no longer in the format. Like, every time I try to make a signature deck, it usually gets nerfed a few months later.
Yeah. I think villainy actually might be able to survive the death of the card itself, villainy.
Well,
I think it's possible.
I mean, once it gets banned, then does it just become mono black control or mono black mid range?
Yeah, it's just mono black control, but we could call it villainy still. Yeah.
Villainy.
Yeah.
It's just that the threats in Auric and Cecilius and Kajuar Eye are so potent that you don't need villainy itself. Of course, Villainy is a great card, but yeah.
Well, Villainy is a great card because sometimes some decks just can't win if it ever resolves.
Yep.
Anyways, moving on. Bravos is on Teamer Ramp. Well, they're still on Xenoflora Expert. Huh. I keep telling them that they should cut this card, but I guess they're still on it. So the interesting addition here is the new Planeswalker. How do you pronounce this?
I think Prime Hill, maybe?
Sure, Crime Held. I didn't realize that this card got printed. But yeah, I mean, it does do the thing you want it to do for this deck, which is give you additional land drops and give you ways to get access to additional land you can play. So, but otherwise, like, I mean, this deck is pretty much just the same deck as before, but I guess the addition of Crime Hell does help you a lot. I think the main play pattern of this guy would be like comes down, you +2, and then you hope to -4 late the next turn. Actually, curving Alexa into this guy is also pretty nice. Yeah, like it basically just gives you extra copies of Verdant Sanctuary. Because so like how this deck works is that you have a bunch of ways to get extra land play, so you're basically just looking for ways to access extra lands that you can play, and Verdant Sanctuary is one of the ways because it lets you play lands from your sideboard, but also being able to play lands from graveyard is also a way to get access to extra land plays. And previously you were stuck with Field Tender, which is still a really good card, but it's kind of annoying because it's a small creature that dies to stuff, but now you have access to a Planeswalker that also gives you that effect, and also gives you extra land drops in case you need that. But otherwise, I mean, there isn't much to talk about here, right? It's just similar deck to before. Any comments?
Mm.
All right, good enough. I'll give it 5 chili peppers because I still like this sort of ramp deck.
Yeah. Maybe at 2.
You don't like ramp?
No, I never play ramp.
Oh wait, there is a new card that Carrying the Forest Heart.
Yeah, that seems cool. I guess that was not, or I guess it might be new to the deck.
Maybe it's I wasn't paying that much
From the
attention.
Petals Wilt, it looks like.
I mean, this card's been out for a while. I hadn't been paying that much attention to previous versions of the deck, so maybe I just didn't notice, but it lets you win the game after you get to 10 lands, which you can reach because, like, if you get a good draw, like if your cards line up well, then you're basically just turboing out lands from your sideboard with Verdant Sanctuary plus the guys that give you extra land drops, and then you try to convert that into a win. Scratcher's Horseman, I guess that's like not that recent, but Scratcher's Horseman also helps here because it's pretty easy to achieve Ancient if you're like just turboing out lands like this deck wants to. And then that gives all your guys Trample and Haste, which then I don't know, it probably does something. Anyways, moving on. Caillou is on Burn without Neon Claw Knight. The anti-Neon Claw Knight agenda.
Herald of the Humble.
Yeah, I don't trust this card.
Yeah, me either.
When Exile, they may cast that spell. I mean, So you're basically hoping that this thing whiffs for your opponent. It does whiff on land, so I guess there's like a 1 in 3 chance that this thing doesn't draw your opponent a card. And maybe your opponent playing expensive stuff, then they also don't draw off it. I mean, I do appreciate how Kaio's trying to explore more burn options, because I don't know, for the last, I think it's since the last year that basically every burn deck has been on Neon Claw Knight, because we all thought that Neon Claw Knight's the best thing for burn to be doing. And like Neon Claw Knight burn does have some advantages in that it beats up small creature decks really nicely, because like you're playing Rogar's Gambit in Neon Claw Knight burn, and then having Rogar's Gambit means you can snipe small creatures in the early game, and then still use the backside to contribute to a burnout in the late game. But now that we're not playing Neon Claw Knight, oh no, they're still playing Rogar's Gambit.
I think collaborative strike is new.
Yeah, it's a bolt that needs creatures, but you have creatures, so it's pretty easy to achieve. Or at least hopefully it's easy to achieve for you. Hexstone in the sideboard is very interesting. Yeah, so it's a Ratchet Bomb. I think, okay, so it's in the sideboard because it's to blow up the enchantments that would otherwise make you lose. So yeah, it's in the sideboard so you can blow up Guiding Light in mono red. That's actually, yeah, that's pretty creative. Playing Hexstone as a way to blow up enchantments.
Oh yeah.
And then you also have Scorching Combination and against Life Gain and Auxiliary Impressions, so that you can go distance in the late game. Although I don't think this deck has as much of an ability to turn into a control deck against small creature decks with the Auxiliary Impressions as the Neon Claw version, because the Neon Claw version plays way more small burn. And it's running Seer Flesh, I guess, against big stuff. Yeah, interesting enough. And PTM is also on the same deck, so I'll give it like, I'll give it 4 Chili Peppers, because I do appreciate how you're trying to explore more burn options.
I don't like burn. Give it 1.
Actually, I find it interesting that they're not playing the the deal 5 damage card that got printed recently.
Oh, what's that?
Was it like Labor of something? Yeah, Labor of Life. So 3 mana. If you have no cards in hand, Labor of Life deals 5 damage to any target. And
Creating 2 black 2/2
yeah, and
creature tokens is pretty good for 3 mana already.
Like the fallback isn't even that bad, because you're still a creature deck, so like 3 mana making 2 2/2s could still do stuff.
4 power of creatures for 3 mana.
But like,
pretty nice.
Maybe they're not playing it because they don't think they can get to 3 mana reliably enough or something. I feel like Labor of Life should belong in this deck, but maybe they tested before and they figured that's not good enough, or it doesn't do the thing you want it to do.
Or they just didn't notice it.
I mean, I feel like they should have noticed it, because that was one of the big cards going into the set. Well, anyways, moving on. Epid is on Mono Black Villainy.
Yep.
Any interesting cards?
They're on the same version.
So they're running 4 copies of main deck Soul Weaver, 4 Villainies, 4 Spiraling Hatred. I guess then the unique thing here is that they're running 1 copy of Unburden the Mind.
Yeah.
So that's some extra hand attack, I guess. And they're running Exile to the board.
Seems like a good one to run 1 copy of.
Yeah. They're not running Just Business. They're running Exile instead. I guess that's what they're doing differently here. Well, anyways, I'll just give them 2 Sleep Peppers and move on. I feel like my opinion of Villainy is lower because I've lost to it in the finals several times. Or, I mean, there has been at least 2 GP finals where I lost to Villainy. So, my opinion on the deck is lower than it should be. Moving on to Truk. They're playing. Oh, okay. There's people in chat. I should probably be looking. Okay. PTM said that Neon Claw Knight is mostly good against burn decks, against decks that burn is already good against. Regarding burn, and actually, yeah, I would agree because like burn decks are actually quite good against small creature decks just naturally because like you have all these burn cards, so or the card that you're using to clock your opponent can also be used to kill small creatures. And Neon Claw Knight just encourages you to make use of or use your small burn spells to deal with creatures early, so they can and then power up for really to power up for a buffed up burn spell to kill the opponent. And going more creatures makes the deck less good against small creature decks, but better against actually what are the decks like that burn like going creatures makes burn better against. Well, I'll figure it out later. Okay, so moving on. Truk is on Shredded Hemley, so it's a shredded memory deck.
Oh,
And it has
it also has recompose
and recompile and Hemley. So there's like a Planeswalker core here.
Some sort of combo involving Visage of Emeria.
Yeah, Visage plus Arita, like there's some way of giving yourself infinite turns with this combo. But they're not actually reanimatable with recompile or recompose. So like I think you're just mostly trying to get back Cane Dancer and Hemley with your Rebreeze. Wait, are you literally just trying to get back Hemleys with recompose? I'm pretty sure. Right?
Oh yeah, there's not a lot. I guess you can get that Cane Dancer.
Recompile literally just gets back Hemley. Is Hemley this good that you're like willing to play 4 recompiles? Wait, recompile really does get.
Well, that one also.
Oh wait, Arita is 3 mana, right? Right.
Yeah, Arita.
Okay, so I
Seems
guess
like a lot of ways to reanimate things that not die.
and it's playing. Okay, so and then besides combo engine, it has 24 root corruption because it has the Shiftscape mana base, so you can ramp on turn 2 with that. And it's running 4 shredded memory because that's what shredded memory. Because everyone's running shredded memory now. What's this combo with in this deck? For introspect. Okay, so I guess you're also running. This deck is also trying to run the shredded memory introspective crossroads package. I still feel really iffy about introspective crossroads. I just don't think this card's that.
Seems pretty good actually. Now they think more about it.
Really? Okay.
There's that other card that's good. That's like instant speed version of the first one with flashback.
Yeah, Reveal Eternities.
It seems comparable to that.
Yeah, but Reveal Eternities is instant speed, so you can instep that thing. Like you can't instep introspective crossroads. Wait, no, it's Cane Dancer, but okay, I see. So you're trying to Cane Dancer that thing. Okay, I see what you're doing here. Yeah, I guess if you can Cane Dancer introspective crossroads and get the Wanderlust, then it becomes really good because now you're instant speeding that.
Yeah.
And then your Red Memory lets you discard stuff to reanimate. Yeah, I see what the deck's trying to do then.
Yeah.
Also, it's running 2 copies of Loser Mind, which is interesting because I feel like Loser Mind's the kind of card that you run 4 copies of or 0 copies of because, like, 2 mana draw 2 cards is absolutely nutso. So if your deck is set up to make use of Lose Your Mind, you want to run as many copies of it as you can. But maybe I'm just too tempo brain or whatever. In the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Sand Everlasting, which is interesting because what's this even in for? Like, I guess this is generally good against graveyard decks and enchantment decks,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, sure, I guess.
Burn.
Oh, I guess it's reasonable against burn too, but like, 4-mana, 2-mana game 4. I don't think that's actually good against burn.
Well, it gains 8 eventually.
2-mana gain 8 is also, with no other upside, is also not that great against burn.
Yeah.
But other, okay, so small Fires of Renewal against small creature decks, Journey's End against stuff, Valley Kripek, I don't know, I guess against mid-range stuff or whatever, against counterspell decks or something. I'm not paying that much attention when looking at this, and yeah, I guess the deck works. There's probably some cool stuff it can do. I mean, it's a King Dancer deck, and there's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying
What
here.
would this be called?
It's a Rita combo deck.
It's like combo control, maybe?
What was it? What was a Rita deck called? What was a Rita deck called before?
There was a name for that.
Like I know a Rita combo was a deck before. I forgot what we called it. But
is that the Yuri control one?
Oh yeah, I think that was what Pip called it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it like 4 chili peppers. Like, it's interesting enough.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like this sort of deck. I think I'll give it 5.
Actually, I'm probably biased against this Sec 2 because I faced it in a GP final. Anyways, moving on. Hersey is playing K's. I play against the second league. I just play against the second league. It does stuff. I'm surprised. Okay, is it running? No, it's not running shredded memory. So at least Hersey is not part of the shredded memory mob. It's also not running.
Why not?
Well, because there's not enough. Like, I feel like shredded memory is like, it's good, but you need to do stuff with it for it to actually be good. Like, all these decks are running introspective crossroads alongside shredded memory because I'm pretty sure, like, I feel like, yeah, shredded memory plus introspective crossroads is probably the easiest package to fit into your deck to make the lucid part good.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just good a lot of the time anyway, though.
You have to go down on
you're
cards.
not really doing the least.
Like, okay, so it's basically, it's at base, it's a throw of possibility. I don't think you're thrilled to cast throw of possibility in a random deck, or at least a random constructed deck.
Yeah, but you can also blow up some things against aggro.
Okay, so if it's not throw of possibility, then it's 2 mana, deal 2 damage, rummage 1. You know what else exists in the format? Null Bit, which deals 3 damage and rummages 1.
Yeah.
Or I guess you can, like, so the only mode that actually makes it unique is the discard a card, deal 2 damage twice mode, which I guess doesn't exist in the format yet. But like, do you really want to be going? Like, do you really want to go down 2 cards to deal 2 to 2 things? Like, I guess technically it trades even on cards if every creature was worth a card. But like, I don't think that's something you really want to be doing. You'd much rather play something like, I guess nothing else actually exists in the format that does something similar, but like, if you can wipe 2 guys with Shell Drain's Rage, you'd rather do that, right? Because then that's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Like, basically, your shred memory never puts you up on cards unless you get the Lucid off, which then means you're running introspective crossroads, which then means like you want to be happy with. Sometimes it's being forced to play introspective crossroads at sorcery speed, and like
Yeah,
this guy is running Cane Dancer to make that worth it. But anyways, so the card that Hersey isn't running that I feel like this deck should be is Lose Your Mind, because I don't know, like this Lose Your Mind has been insane for me every time I've played it. And I'm pretty sure Hersey's deck can easily get to 7 cards in graveyard for Lose Your Mind. It's already trying to do that half the time. So Hersey,
Rip Away is a new card.
yes, Rip Away. I mean, it's a disallow with upside, right?
Yeah.
You know how people don't like playing against Celestial Banishment? Actually, I'm pretty sure this thing has less blowouts than Celestial Banishment because it's 3 mana and it has to hit something that costs 3 or less. So you can't just like Celestial Banishment your opponent's 5 mana Planeswalker activation and absolutely blow them out that way. But I guess you can counter Planeswalker when it comes down. Otherwise, Cosmic Coalescing, which means now it's running a Coalescing sideboard, which means I have to look through all these cards and I'm not going to bother. Okay, so they're running like some lands in the sideboard for Coalescing to fetch out as win cons, stuff like that. Actually, Coalescing for Shikai's Redoubt is pretty cool though. Like, Coalescing so you Coalescing pay 3 mana, pull out Shikai's Redoubt, and instant speed exile some stuff from the graveyard. Hersey is running a Desert Mana base, which is interesting. What's the payoff here? I guess the payoff is Almazar. Is that worth it?
One Almazar though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can fetch. Can you fetch Almazar somehow?
Oh yeah, there's Desert Cycling.
Oh, the guys has Desert Cycling.
It's on a lane that enters tapped though.
Interesting mana base. Like, what are they actually getting out of this mana base that playing a normal fetch mana base wouldn't get? Because I don't see it. Cosmetic fetches it from board.
It's probably less painful in terms of life.
True, I guess. Yeah, it's slightly less painful. It means they have. So I guess you just accept they have that sometimes you have turn 1 tap lands, and your deck's just built to take it back to like work around that. Which means Dispersive Snare is kind of awkward if you're stuck on opening on a desert, but I guess you can just do turn 1 untap land, turn 2 desert. Heart of the Genius style kill. Okay, right. So Almazar makes a million mana, and then you Cosmic Coalescing to kill them. I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
And then otherwise you're just control deck. 4 Cactus Caves, because I guess Hersey's is really high on the new card.
Oh, and you can wish for Almazar.
Yeah, you can. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but I mean, yeah, if you can do that, but well, I'll see how the deck goes. Anyways, 5 Chili Peppers. It's interesting enough. Just cut control, right? Yeah, this is just cut control. Okay, so moving on. Silver is on GER, whatever that means. Oh, it's that deck again. Who's passing out this deck anyways? Because I don't think this deck hit Decklist. So someone's distributing this deck everywhere, and I don't know who it is. And I'm worried because they clearly know something I don't. Wait, when did Arita get an out art? Okay. So yes, exact same deck as before, right? Oh no, this one sideboard's slightly different. It's running 3 spell pierce instead of whatever the other one's running. Or it's running 3 spell pierce instead of like 4 copies of everything. But yeah, just got Yuri control. What did I rate it before? 4 chili pepper. Sure, I'll rate it and move on. Styles is playing.
Some sort of Fireweaver deck?
Are they running Fireweavers? They are running Fire. Okay, so but like the actual cards are running for. The reason they're running a million cards is because they're running Temporal Insight. It can be a 3-mana extra turn spell if you have enough cards in your library. I don't know if they have a way to actually fetch it though, because oh no, they have Chaos Disc Redemption, which doesn't fetch it because it's too expensive. Well, I'm pretty sure they just have no way of fetching it, so they're just hoping to draw a 4-up in a 100 and something card deck.
I mean, is it worth going through the trouble of fetching anyway?
3-mana Time Walk. I mean, so you know the old Dreamsight decks, right? Like
Yeah,
those
but,
decks ran ways of fetching Dreamsight well to make their deck.
yeah,
to make
but
it more
Dreamsight Well is better than 3-mana Time Walk.
Really? Actually, yeah, you're probably right. 2-mana draw 5 is probably better than 3-mana Time Walk. And also, Dreamsight Well being 2-mana makes it a lot more fetchable. So yeah, I guess.
And if you spend like 3-mana fetching it, and then you spend 3-mana again on it, you're not really doing it that efficiently.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you're just hoping to top deck it.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, so in the league game I play against this deck, Styles somehow managed to get 2 copies of it in the game. So maybe they know something that I don't. But
right deck?
what else does the deck even do here? Is it just like is it just a generic control deck or control / midrange deck / value? And sometimes has reflected moment. Is there a reflected moment combo somewhere? What's Azimir do? Oh, Azimir lets you fetch. Oh, okay, I see. So you're trying to use Azimir to find your temporal insights. And then once you do that, you take an extra turn with that. So you're like trying to ramp up to Azimir.
Oh, there's a Void Portal that can search for temporal. Or wait, no,
it cannot.
Can't. It costs, yeah. It costs 10 unless you drop. Are there any other 10 drops in this? Or not 10 drops, 12 drops. That's it.
Yeah, sideboard. Okay, so Styles has a half Weaver board. Like Fireweaver doesn't hit a good portion of the cards in their sideboard, but it has some options, like End of the Rainbow. I guess if you get a good enough draw, you can Fireweaver, fetch End of the Rainbow, sack Fireweaver, and then turbo out Azimir early, and then plus it, and then try to start time walking a bunch. I mean, I guess if you ever untap with
some other nice. You've got Operative Posh is good with that as well.
With Fireweaver? I mean, yeah, I guess.
No, I guess with what is it? Thing that End of the Rainbow.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but if you're like End of Rainbow and Posh, I feel like you've lost the plot by then because it's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
So how this deck actually wins is that it slams Azimir. It somehow manages on top with Azimir, and then you just plus it and time walk three times in a row, and you probably win from that.
I mean, you've also probably got lots of other ways to win. Just attack with creatures sometimes.
Yeah, that too, I guess. It's running Cane Dancer. Okay, so it's like there's like some
What
Cane
is
Dancer.
the Void Portal for?
I think you're just trying to boost consistency because you're like you play Void Portal and sometimes and then like you have access to all your 2-drops now because half your deck's 2-drops.
That's nice.
And then like I guess sometimes you get to search land somehow. You can search for hidden garden entrance. What does that do? Wait, but Stouts isn't even running any utility lands to fetch with Void Portal. I feel like this deck definitely could find somewhere for a utility land somewhere, so that Void Portal is more useful with lands.
The one that draws 7 cards would be good here.
The Great Aurora? I guess. Are you saying that because your deck makes use of that?
Yeah. I mean, I've always found it to be really nice, both in my current deck and in Bant Contra Town, is a thing that you can tutor for. And it's really good against control, mainly.
Hmm. Oh, it's good against control if you can get up to 7 mana and resolve a Void Portal somehow.
It's not too much downside to run it. Otherwise, the life might hurt.
Yeah, you have 46 lands. You can definitely run one copy and probably not draw it naturally.
Yeah.
I appreciate how they're playing a single copy of Stardust Nova in the sideboards. I think that's the only new card in the deck, right?
There's Titanorite.
Is that in the sideboard or in the... Oh, it's in the
main deck?
It's a 7 mana, deal 7 damage dark. What does that do? Okay, so you cast it for 7 plus the rainbow. So yeah, you cast this for 7, it has to be rainbow mana. When it comes down, you copy it twice, and then it blows up 3 things, and then you immediately tap it for 6 mana, I guess. Sure, I guess. It's 7 mana. How are you getting to 7 mana with this deck? You have absolutely no ramp, right?
I mean, you're control. You
Your control, but
survive until you have 7 lands.
I don't think control wants to tap out for Titanorite. Or maybe...
Yeah, this doesn't seem good to me. So it's like you kill all your opponent's creatures, but then you're left with a lot of mana and potentially not much to do with it. Or
I mean, you get 6 untapped mana, so you can just hold up 6 untapped mana and do stuff with that. But I still don't see tapping out 7 mana ever working out for you. Oh no, it does go through counter spells because it copied itself.
Oh yeah, that's...
Which I don't know. But yeah, interesting
most
deck.
of your opponent's creatures are probably dead a lot of time at the time you get to 7 mana.
Well, if they're not dead, then they're definitely dead, and that's a way to stabilize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also running Lost Forest Relic, so I guess that technically it's... Yeah, what do you even rate this thing? Like, I don't... Actually, no, I'm playing against its deck in round 1, so I guess I'm forced to give it 5 chili peppers because I'm going to be recording it.
Looks pretty interesting to me. I'm getting it, I think, at 5.
It's interesting, but I don't know if it...
call this deck?
Temporal Insight. Or Teamer... No, it's not even Teamer. It's like 5 colors, right? It's 5 colors.
Yeah.
Well... So you know how 100 card decks are usually called Dreamsight decks? Well, at least back then. Do you just call it Dreamsight because that means 100 Dreamsight list Dreamsight? No, wait, it's Fireweaver deck. It's a Fireweaver deck. Call it like Fireweaver, 5-color Fireweaver.
You just go with styles of name of a long deck.
Sure.
Good name.
All right. Moving on. You have my deck. Skyguy, ask me questions about the deck. That's how you keep up engagement. I guess I should explain the deck first. So last GP I played Rastad, the blue-red Rastad, which I really liked that deck because like it felt like it ran really well when you can get everything going.
Yeah, it seemed pretty good.
But Rastad got nerfed, and so I tried to build another deck, or I tried to build a new deck that was also a blue-red deck that had like some cantrip stuff. And eventually I settled on this build, which actually looks really similar to the previous Rastad deck. But the only difference here is that it's running Austere and Instructor in the Rastad slots. So Austere Instructor, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make it one with prowess. It triggers on each turn, so you can trigger twice per turn cycle. And notably, this deck is also running rail lines now. So the nut draw here is that on turn 2, you play out Austere Instructor, play out a rail line immediately, and that gets you a 1/1 prowess. And you hope your opponent doesn't kill it. And then once you untap, you get to untap with counterspell backup, and then now every turn you're just making 1/1s and your opponent and countering everything your opponent does.
Nice. Is there a reason there are so many one-ofs in the sideboard?
Well, so my theory here is that since I'm running 12 cantrips, I should be able to dig
that's
really.
a good number.
I should be able to dig really far. So maybe it's fine for me to just run a bunch of one-ofs because I don't know what I'm going to face, so I might as well just run everything and hope to cantrip into it when I need it. Also, Lose Your Mind. I'm pretty sure Lose Your Mind is the strongest vantage card in the format right now. Like, if you compare this to what Legacy gets, like Canon Legacy doesn't even get something this strong, right? Like
Yeah,
they're
so.
2-mana draw, they're 2-mana card advantage spell. It's like creative iteration, what's it called? And it got banned.
I think that got banned.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't actually have something as strong as Lose Your Mind. And I'm of the opinion that 12 cantrips plus Lose Your Mind is like one of the strongest things you can be doing in the format.
Yeah, I love running lots of cantrips in this format. I think it's really strong. Prophecy is great.
And like, if you can run 12 cantrips plus Lose Your Mind, then that means you can just fill out the rest of your deck with cards that trade 1-for-1 with your opponent stuff, and then use Lose Your Mind to refill.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, that's exactly what
seems good here.
Yeah, and then Zerat means that you can make use of all the. It gets reduced really quickly, and then you can use it as a win con. But yeah, like despite me trying to build a different deck than before, I still ended up with basically the same cards as Rastad, just without Rastad, because it turns out this shell is just really powerful. Like 12 cantrip plus Lose Your Mind is just a really powerful shell. Anyways, I'll give it 5 Pilly Peppers because I'm definitely going to be blue red. Do you want, what do we call it? Blue red Pyromancer? Because it's, or is it we still call it Zergtide?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was thinking just blue red tempo, but
it's not really a tempo deck, right? Like what are?
Oh yeah, I guess not.
Like what are the Murktide decks considered in canon modern? Because they're not tempo decks, right?
I know the legacy ones are considered tempo.
Are they?
Depending on it. I guess it depends on which Murktide deck it is.
Yeah, but
some
like
of the decks that run Murktide.
Like my build isn't very tempo, right? I guess Austere Instructor is kind of tempo. But like we're not running stuff like Delvers, right? We're not playing 1-drops that get bigger and try to win off that. We're trying to like stick Austere Instructor and then make a bunch of 1/1s off that. And if that doesn't work out, then we go Zerat and try to win with that. Okay, anyways, moving on. Toast is on 4 copies of Shredded Memory. Okay, what combos do they have with Shredded Memory this time? Wait, they have no ways of triggering of getting Lucid off Shredded Memory, right? No, they have Pact of the Moon. Okay, yeah. So Active Moon is one of the better things you can be doing with threaded memory because, like, so basically, the intended play pattern of this card is that if you choose 4 modes, you're forced to choose a fatigue mode. So choosing 4 modes gives you a drawback. But with threaded memory, you can you can stick the draw a card mode onto Active Moon and then choose 4 modes. So that you basically get all 3 good modes plus the threaded memory mode, and you bypass the downside.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's a shame that most of the it's a shame that we only have like two cards in this cycle that are actually good, because I feel like if we had more cards in this cycle that were actually good, then we could have had more fun things to do with threaded memory. Like I'm pretty sure the black, so the black card in this cycle is just complete garble. The red card of the cycle is kind of bad. Right. Yeah, Reckless Defiance is really situational. Active Moon is actually good. I'm searching the wrong thing. You choose 2 or 4. Exhaustive Harvest is decent, I guess. And Liminality is kind of it's not that good. Okay, but then we also have the the 3-color ones from the other set, and I guess 2 of those cards are good, and the other 3 are kind of whatever. Wait, are they only? Is it not a complete cycle? Huh. Okay. Anyways, so can you tell what their deck's trying to do here?
It's got some Deadwood Terrors that you can bring back with more no more. That's a pair. I guess the main thing it seems is parrot pools, which rewards having all these multicolor spells. Just a bunch of the good multicolor spells. It's got both Recompose and More No More, so it's really good at reanimating your 2-mana permanents.
So you got Hemley, Egg Feather, and Cane Dancer. Well, you can also get back. Yeah, you have some pretty good things to reanimate. Also, it can
shredded memory can discard them.
Yeah, that's right. And also, you have Cane Dancer plus Nebula's Majesty, which is a really frustrating thing to face. Because you Cane Dancer back Nebula's Majesty, you bounce your own Cane Dancer, you bounce your own Cane Dancer, and then you like bounce one of your other ETB things. You can bounce you can blink your Hemley, and that's really annoying to deal with. And then, meanwhile, you're all getting triggers off parrot pools as you do stuff. Like this deck is just really frustrating to face if you're like on the wrong end of it, because it feels like everything you do, your opponent just has a response and keeps getting more value off what they're doing. And also, you can do the same. I guess a lot of the thread memory decks were also on Cane Dancer, but like. Again, thread memory has a loophole where if you Cane Dancer it gets exiled by its own lucid ability, and it still comes, so it can still go back in the graveyard afterwards. But I mean, the deck is quite creative, so I'll give it 5 chili peppers.
Yeah.
But it's very frustrating to face, so I hope I don't face it. Okay, moving on. Zane is on Satrapy control. Because the new set has more strategies to work with. What did strategies even get from the new set? Seat of Power. Okay, so it gains you life, I guess. The Knowledge Palace. non-token strategies you have. Okay, it gives you can ramp with strategies now. And then okay, is there any strategy synergies in like Foundation Forger? Tap on tap permanent you control. So you need to tap 2 things to make color, and it's just in here, so it counts as a strategy. I'm not sure if you want to be running that. But as it's good, Spory. Okay, so it's like mid range. It's playing mid range cards, and then removal. Okay, so
the Faithless. That's a new card.
What does that do? Every tap a land for black, you add 1 mana, and
that goes with all your ways to make satrapies all make black mana.
I don't see how this card's like that. I guess it works as satrapies because all your satrapies are tapping for 5 colors at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they? No, you're not even. How do you can't make rainbow with this, right?
You can. So if you have 5 lands, you can't, or even just 4. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, how are you making rainbow in this deck?
With the Seat of the Faceless.
Seat of the. Then whenever you tap a land for black, add any color. Okay, I see. I read the card wrong. Sure, I guess. So you get to play 4 mana, Heartbeat of Spring, and then you just try to do stuff with that. I mean, I guess the deck.
Like a lot of the time you tap out for it and then you die. But
you have Fulfill the Contract. Like Fulfill the Contract is probably the best strategy payoff in the format, which is kind of Like I guess you kill something, gain a bunch of life, but and then 24 rots. So remember when I remember like at least some number of GPs ago, rot with big boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had like Decklist streams where we were counting all the rot decks, and now we're like counting all the shredded memory decks. I'm pretty sure like 4 copies of rot will definitely get people somewhere.
Yeah.
Chart to playing is
card.
And then sideboard is pretty standard, I guess. Yeah. Let me see the fails. I guess like this deck is mostly just to see the fails list trying to go the distance, probably.
Yeah.
I'll give it like 4 chili peppers. It's interesting enough, but I'm not sure how if the deck comes together.
I'll go 3.
Okay, moving on. Crush Castle is playing Skill Link Burn. Okay, so Skill Link. So it's an interesting card because basically if you can deal damage to your opponent twice in a turn, you get to draw a card, which sounds nutso, but somehow this card has seen very little play. But I guess Crush Castle is trying to change that. So they're playing prowess creatures for some reason, and then
I'm not convinced Red should be able to get that.
well, I mean, it has it, but somehow it's not making use of it that often. But looking at the deck, I don't really see what they're trying to do here. Like so like the creature base is all prowess creatures, but the spells here, like they feel more like mid-range spells.
Yeah, and I don't agree with not including any of the creature lands or anything.
17 mountains is like a bit low. if you play,
normally don't they have like that double strike creature?
if you play in too many, if you don't have enough lands, you play in Firehearth Halls. There's a chance you just open with only Firehearth Halls in your opening hand, and then you skip turn 1, and that's really bad for you. So, like Burn usually runs 20-ish lands or 20 lands, so you can afford to run from Firehearth Halls. But if you're only on 17 lands, maybe you don't want to run Firehearth Halls because the chance that you get only Firehearth Halls in your opening hand is too high. Yeah, like I don't really see what this deck's trying to do here. So Festival of Sabotage is definitely a prowess card, or it's trying to do prowess synergies. And Ceasing Flames is like burn. Scorch and Basalt Scorch is general purpose. Basalt Charm is definitely burn. But then like I don't know what Nullbit is doing in this deck because it doesn't really fit in with what the rest of the deck. Like no, you don't run Nullbit in prowess decks, especially these sorts of prowess decks, or you don't run Nullbit in aggressive prowess decks.
Yeah, that seems weird.
And Rogar's Frenzy, I also don't think you're supposed to run Rogar's Frenzy in aggressive prowess decks. Like you haven't even gone through all of the burn spells yet,
Yeah.
or all the 1-man burn spells yet. I feel like you should have to go through those before you go to the 2-man ones if you're playing like this creature base. But maybe scaling, no, scaling doesn't make it any different. If anything else, you want to run more cheap stuff if you have skill link because you can actually draw the cheap stuff now. Like you don't have to. You have more things you can sink your mana into after you draw off skill link, so you don't have to play expensive stuff anymore. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'll give it 3 chili peppers and move on.
I still don't like watching burn.
Okay, so next deck, Cyber is on Kraken. Mega Kraken. Okay, they're not on Mega Kraken combo because so are they? I see. They're like somewhat trying to Mega Kraken combo. So the first play of Alkaba, the 0. So whenever you activate it, you get to copy something. So I guess what happens is that you play Mega Kraken, it flips first play of Alkaba, you 0 it, you copy the Mega Kraken, and you make another copy of that, and then you get another Mega Kraken trigger.
Nice.
And then other than that, you have any other ways of making Mega Kraken a chain. So you're not trying to Mega Kraken combo here. You just like play Mega Kraken as a top end. Okay, but like this deck actually makes use of Shredded Memory the most because it's playing Shredded Memory.
Yeah.
And it's playing Dion's Displeasure and Prove Worthy. So it's playing 4 copies of.
Fuel for the fire.
No, that doesn't help because it's only choose one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a thing where you can do
Do you really want
the shredded memory thing when it's good.
Okay, so you shredded memory and then you fuel the fortifier, you put the draw a card mode onto it, so you're playing 2 mana to cycle fuel fortifier.
Or you can just deal 2 damage without downside of creature.
Yeah. Okay, but like so the actual thing you're getting out of shredded memory is that you can either Dion's Displeasure, do 4 modes without drawback, or Prove Worthy 4 modes without drawback. Like it becomes really good if you can do that.
Yeah, those both seem pretty nice.
If you can shred memory onto Prove Worthy and replace the last mode, so then what? No, actually, Prove Worthy, you can choose the first mode and give the whole thing lifelink. So then, shred your memories deal 2 also gets lifelink. So then you're like dealing 3 to something, dealing 2 to something, dealing 3 to face. You gain 8 life from that, or 7 life from that, and you can't be countered. Yeah, that's really good. And then otherwise,
it's churn deck.
Pointer Turn lets you. Oh, okay. So funny thing, I guess you can also do the same trick with Pointer Turn and Shredded Memory in that you get Shredded Memory to exile off its own Lucid, so you can make use of Lucid off Pointer Turn. Then you can and then you get Shredded Memory back into the graveyard that way. But otherwise, like it's not running counter spells. Does it have to cut? Yeah, it's in. Okay, it's in blue, but you can't run counter spell because you don't want to hit them off by Kraken. So you're just playing a bunch of removal. And then sideboard, you have Pact to the Moon, which also you can do the trick with Shredded Memory. I think so far this is the deck that makes the most use of the Lucid part of Shredded Memory.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, it's an interesting deck. I'll give it 4 chili peppers to move on.
Got Heavenly Radiance as a new card?
No, Heavenly Radiance is an old card.
Oh, it's alright, yeah.
Okay, moving on. Splash Cat is playing Force Hearts Control. Featuring absolutely 0 new cards. Cool. Do we need to explain what this deck does?
As well.
Okay, so it's a control deck. It's playing like a million counter spells and removal cards and card draw. No, it's only running some card draw. That's discard 2. Oh, it's playing Recall Forgotten Aeons. 2 rot. Okay. Anyways, so your win con is from the Forest Heart, which means that every turn you it's a wilderness reclamation, but you also make a 3/3 out of it every time. You just try to stick this thing, and then eventually it wins you the game. And then you have all these control tools otherwise to make things work out for you. And you're also playing like some utility lands, so your lands can be win cons, like Harv's Adina, the Mine of Coins. You're playing Nariba too, right? Are you playing Alrata too? No, you're just playing Nariba. So like your lands can sometimes win you the game. Oh, Triumphant Greed. I haven't seen that card before. Kill something that makes your opponent 2 treasures. I guess this deck figures it's worth killing something, even if it gives your opponent 2 treasures. And then it's just I find it interesting how it's running 1 copy of Cosmic Coalescing in the sideboard for some reason. Is there like some reason for that? Like, I guess you can bring it in, and then now your entire sideboard is accessible to you.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, 3 chili peppers and move on, I guess. Dodger is playing Legends, or Legends Planeswalkers. Yeah. So they're playing the Young Proselyte. When it dies, you get to search for a red or white Planeswalker card, and plus some more upside. One cohort, when it dies, you get to search for a legendary. So you have 8 copies of cards that search for a Planeswalker when it dies. And then it's playing, I guess it's just, why is Vengeance here? I guess it's probably good somehow. It makes guys, that probably protects Planeswalkers or somehow. Zareen finds Planeswalkers. Horseman War is interesting here. So it lets you put down 2 drops, and then you sack it and draw a card every time. So then you can put down these 2 drops, which lets you draw cards from, or you get to search up Planeswalker when it dies.
Yeah, that's nice.
I guess Luna also, if you Horseman down Luna, you can blink. You can use it to blink itself, and then that prevents it from dying end of turn. And then it's just running a bunch of Planeswalkers. I don't want to bother learning what all these Planeswalkers do. Like, they probably just do, they do like mid-rangey stuff that helps you win the game, probably. It's running Visage of Emeria. I guess it gives you Planeswalker synergy, I guess. Yeah, it's just like mid-range Planeswalker stuff. And then sideboard-wise, it's like, it's running 4 copies of Death of King Mervyn. Which is it's actually kind of disgusting if you're playing Planeswalkers, because the second chapter logs your Planeswalkers too.
Yeah, that's a fun card.
How did it perform last GP anyways? Because like a bunch of people ran it, and then
the decks that played it did not do well.
I didn't run into any of them. So.
What the card was like.
Well, we can always blame the deck instead of the card. Maybe the card's actually nutso. I mean, the card definitely looks nutso.
Yeah.
Nothing really interesting in the lands except for Tower of Lawn Shadows, which draws cards if you run out of cards.
Yeah, I've been playing that in a new deck I built. I've only played it once, but it felt really good.
It's probably decent enough if your deck does the thing. Alright, I'll give it like 5 chili peppers because it's interesting, and it's pretty interesting. There's like probably something dumb you can do with Young Proselyte's second ability. Or you cast a Planeswalker spell, you exile from your graveyard and it enters an extra loyalty counter. Is there like something really broken any of these Planeswalkers can do if it enters with extra loyalty? Oh, I guess Todd, you can immediately -4 and fetch another copy of Young Proselyte. So so the curve goes like Proselyte on turn 2, it dies somehow, and then you fetch Toddy, and then next turn you Toddy, you get the extra loyalty counter, minus it right away, get another copy of this thing. I mean, that's pretty funny.
Visage of Emiria can exile target creature with power 4 or greater, and they'll survive. Oh, I guess
You can already do that.
already do that though, because it has its static.
I'm surprised by the lack of dumb things you can do. The deck can do by putting extra loyalties on planeswalkers, because there's definitely some really broken things you can be doing here, but I don't think they're doing it because this doesn't fit the mid-range plan. Right.
Ico.
Oh wait, right. You can immediately minus Ico, and that shuts off certain decks.
Or just -3 and still have an Ico.
Oh yeah, that too. All right, moving on. Last deck, Little Blank is playing Black Ring Analyst. Okay, I really like this deck. It's a really interesting deck. So basically, your plan here is that you have Glut of Zava. You get out Glut of Zava, you sack it, you bring back all your lands. So you can get a lot of lands that way.
Okay.
So the difference here is that they cut blue and white. I think they were. Oh no, they have Magri both. Are they like planning to activate the white mode of it? They might be in Abzan then.
They've got all those shifting lands that can activate either one.
I feel like you should at least put like one copy of it. I guess the shifting lands are good enough, yeah. And also it's running Crypt of Myriad Fates, which is a really cool card. I don't think this card sees enough play. Like it does some really cool things. It lets you like copy anything in your graveyard. So for example, you can copy clean up crew from your graveyard to just have an access to a sack outlet from the land. Like just on hand, you have access to a sack outlet that way. Also, you can copy.
Oh no, Oni in the sideboard is interesting.
It fogs, so I'm pretty sure you can like loop this thing somehow with this deck. It probably involves like Crypt of Myriad Fates.
Oh
copying
yeah,
that.
Yeah, that can
And
do.
then using Glut of Zava to bring it back.
That one end of the world.
They're still trying to make End of the World work, but I still feel like that's a wrong direction to take it, because you're going to end up winning more games just by like after you get back a bunch of lands with Glut of Zava. On your upkeep, you turn Crypt of Myriad Fates into ARP Champ, and then you sack a bunch of shifting land, and then you just punch them in the face for a bunch. Or I guess you crypt and copy ARP Champ before you sack Glut of Zava, and then you get back a bunch of land, and that's a bunch of triggers, and then you get a bunch of counters, and then you swing for a bunch and kill your opponent with ARP Champ. Yeah, I think this deck is much better at just killing your opponent with big ARP Champs, and I don't think the End of the World plan is ever going to work. And like it's running Hidden Guardian Entrance too, so I feel like there's definitely a better thing you can be doing with Hidden Guardian Entrance, because isn't there like a 6-card combo that you can stick in your sideboard to always win with Hidden Guardian Entrance? Or something like that?
I don't. I guess there's probably something you can do if you have enough mana, like if there's some way to wish for multiple cards.
Yeah, but like, let's see. I know there definitely is. Like, you can stick 7 cards into your sideboard, and it guarantees that you win with Hidden Guardian Entrance if you have enough mana. And I think that's way more reliable than trying to make End of the World work. But, I mean, I guess End of the World's really cool, so that's what you're going for instead. Oh, yeah, actually, no, Magri Voltry got nerfed too. It can only recurrent copies of itself, which actually does matter a lot in this deck, because from what I saw from last GP, a lot of times you were using Crypt to copy Magri Voltry and then using the ability to bring back the Voltry in their graveyard. So you can no longer do that. But it's still pretty good. Like, you copy Voltry and then you bring back some other things. Oh yeah, this deck is on Root Warper now, which is pretty good. Like it's another way to fetch your Cryptid Myriad Fates. This deck's really like this deck. I feel like this deck is more of a Cryptid Myriad Fates deck than anything else, because there's just so many ways to abuse Crypt.
Yeah. It's like a pretty cool deck.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it 5 chili peppers, and I guess that's all the decks.
I will as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long did it take for us to get through everything? Only 1 hour and only 1.5 hours. Cool. That's faster than we've been doing it before. It also helps that like I'm half asleep right now, as you can clearly tell.
Yeah.
Our enthusiasm must be through the roof right now to anyone listening. Anyways, is there anything else we want to? Oh, did Nyx already win with Wild Black Villainy? Oh god! I swear, if like Villainy makes it to the finals again, I have to face another Villainy deck. Especially now that they have access to fail pushes. Okay, so on the bright sides, at least Spiraling Hatred can't kill Zerat. But the problem is that they're running Just Business, which does kill Zerat. Death by 1 million things probably kills Zerat really nicely too. Alright. Yeah, like if Philly wins again, maybe we'll finally see something happen.
It's probably fine.
Okay, well, I'm facing Styles again. I think this is a bad GP for me to bring my deck because my deck is not good against Villainy, and like 4 people are on Villainy. My deck is also not good against these Cane Dancer reanimation decks, and 3 of the people in this GP are on that deck. So like, hopefully I just dodge all these guys in the Swiss.
Mine is probably not good against all these shredded memory decks.
Are you even that bad against Shredded Memory? Like, what? How does that?
I mean, it's a way to kill one of my creatures, but also a lot of them are also counter magic decks. And
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Speed removal and stuff.
Is your deck good into Villainy?
I think it's an okay matchup.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably fine, unless they manage to seal your combo piece, right? Or no, you have multiple combo pieces. You don't lose this and go seal the 2.
Seal's not that good against me. But like, they can discard me and blow up. Especially now that they've got the new removal spell. Although I guess Exhumed isn't much worse against me with this.
Yeah.
This might be a spot where Exhumed would be better against me.
Anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Zero concurrent viewers currently. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Anyways, hopefully the stream doesn't corrupt, so we can still get a VOD going. If it doesn't, then that's going to be sad. And with that, I'll end the stream.
It was nice doing that.